Hi there, I'm Angela Brown, and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question, and I get to help you find an answer. Today's question comes from a house cleaner business owner who has employees, and she's asking me this question. She says, I have one particular employee who is very responsible and comes to work and does an amazing job about half of the time. The other half of the time, she's flaky and she's inconsistent, and she may show up or she may not show up, and she has a lot of excuses. Because she's so good half the time, I have a tendency to want to keep her because good help is hard to find. On the other hand, she's lousy at the other times when she doesn't even show up. So should I fire her or should I keep her, or what should I do? Okay, so employees like this will wreak havoc to your business. Because if you're expecting that you're going to be able to do 5 houses in a day and you have 2 cleaners on those 5 houses, it's not possible for one person to do those 5 houses. And so if you don't have the 2 cleaners for that job, you need to find a reliable replacement for that woman so that you can cover the bases for your customers. So I don't like the question. I don't like the employee. I don't like the tricks that she's playing. But you need to pay attention right up front. When you hire someone, there need to be very clear expectations in line. Whether it's vacation, you get so many days off, you get so many sick days. If you have a mental day where you are just gonna, at a customer, I would prefer that you take a mental day off and go get your mind straight and then come back the next day when you're able to clean. We all have days like that, so it's not anything new. But you need to factor that into the cost of your business. So do you hire extra people that can help fill in for each other? Are you one of those people where if someone calls in sick as a house cleaning business owner, you jump in and you go out on a job and you do it yourself? I mean, there are a variety of different options of things that you can do. But if you're loosey-goosey with your employee expectations, your employees will respond to you in a loosey-goosey kind of way. And that, like I said, will just create chaos. You can't run a business on chaos. One time I had an employee and she was an amazing house cleaner, but very creative. And she fired herself by a variety of weird excuses. But every day she had a new, interesting excuse. And at the time, I was able to fill in on days that she couldn't be there, and I quickly hired someone else to replace her. And I didn't officially fire her because, this is going to sound cruel and unkind, but she was so creative and I had never heard these excuses before that I was documenting her excuses. And not just for her employee file so that if I fired her officially, I would have it documented, but so that I could create a training manual around these particular excuses because I had never heard them before. And she had 14 original excuses I had never heard before. And I kept thinking, man, she's brilliant. She's got some really fascinating excuses. And so then I created rules. If this happens, here's what we do. If this happens, here's what we do. If this happens, here's what we do. And so I was able to improve my house cleaning business as a result of this one house cleaner that just flat out didn't want to clean houses. She was probably better suited for a different job. Anyway, she fired herself by just exhausting her excuse pool or whatever. Anyway, if you have an employee that works really well for you, you need to reward that behavior. And if they're not working well and they have lousy excuses and whatever, you need to punish that behavior. Whether it's a write-up, whether they're points, I don't know what kind of a system that you use for your business, but there needs to be some actual ramification for those actions. Because if you let those actions go untamed, it can get out of control really quickly. And then you're not the boss anymore. They're the boss. They've totally taken over your company. They've hijacked your power. And now they've run amok with their excuses and their unreliability. You have a business to run. You have clients. You have customers that are counting on you. You have bills to pay. You have payroll to meet. You still have to pay for workman's comp. You got to pay for company cars. You got to pay for cleaning supplies. You got to pay for a whole bunch of stuff. Companies don't run on employees that have gone crazy, right? And I don't mean crazy. I mean, they've taken control of your business and they're pulling hijinks. That's what I mean. So You have to really get a rein on that. And the easiest way in this particular type of situation might be to set some ground rules with this employee and go, whoa, something really surprising just happened to me, but I'm no longer in control of this particular situation. So starting today, there are new rules. Do you understand these new rules? I need you to sign off on these new rules. Those rules go inside her company file. If you have to fire her, now she's signed saying that she understands those rules. You can change your rules at any time, as long as you make sure that they've been communicated to the employee verbally and in writing, that they have signed off on those, and there's a copy in the employee file. Now that you have changed your rules, now there's a testing period. Okay, we're going to try this for 30 days. And we're going to make sure that this works for 30 days. At the end of 30 days, if this does not work, we will go back to the drawing board and we will reevaluate the rules and regulations we have just recreated. Is that fair? Yes, great. Sign right here. At the end of 30 days, if you reevaluate the situation and she's still causing all kinds of chaos, time to let her go. Okay? But make sure that your ducks are in a row, because you don't want this to go on indefinitely. It will hurt your business and might even destroy it. And it is not fair to your other employees who show up every day, who are then going to get left stranded with 5 houses and no one to help them do the extra work. So that's not fair to them either, and you're going to lose those people as well. Okay, that's my tip for today. If you found it helpful, please pass it on to a friend, or you can give us a rating and review on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Google Play, or on YouTube. Did you know that this is on YouTube as well? If you're not watching this, you can watch this every day on YouTube. Okay, anyway, until I see you again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.